I just can't focus sometimes thinking how uncanny the pilot and Mr. Bean look alike here. He's like Mr. Bean, a little bit short Mr. Bean, and a little bit chubby Mr. Bean. But most of the time, I'm like cheering, shouting, "Oh my God!" For my rooted character to be alive. It's still alive, or please be alive. I'm always like that. I'm super engaged, and sometimes I'm also like cursing on the screen on a character that seems to be so stupid. What's up, YouTube? This is your boy G, back in another video. Today we're reviewing one of the latest shows, series in Netflix, Into the Night. Into the Night is a Belgian apocalyptic science fiction drama series that was also inspired by a Polish sci-fi novel as well. This is Netflix's very first original Belgian series. It was released last May 1st, 2020, only has 6 episodes and one season, running around 35 to 40 minutes each. Okay, I love the plot and the premise of this show. Surviving a catastrophic solar event that kills all living organisms during daytime. So just let that sink in. Basically, sun is a big no here. I think it's very original because I've already seen tons of zombies, of course, zombies apocalyptic out there. What else? Floods, earthquakes, flus, meteors, a lot of other apocalyptic events in the movies, but not really so much of movies are pointing into the sun as the enemy or the one that will really annihilate us all. Actually, I've seen a movie, a Chinese movie in Netflix as well. It's called Wandering Earth, if I remember it correctly. Yeah, it's that Wandering Earth, but it's the opposite because on that movie, the Earth is actually steering away from the sun, so it's getting a lot colder on the Earth, and of course, they have to steer the Earth back to the sun, at least closer to the sun to where it was to have a livable atmosphere. But on this show, the sun is just nasty here and it's just killing, like effortlessly killing all of the humans during daytime. So imagine that. When the sun rises in the morning, you're dead. I believe this show needs a lot of explanation on the season 2 and 3 about this story because here, of course, it's just season 1, 6 episodes. But the plot is really interesting because the sun is just effortlessly killing all of the humans during daytime. So imagine in the morning, if you go out and the sun rises, you're dead. They're just explaining here that the sun is basically killing all of the living organism due to its radioactive gamma rays. I don't know if you're gonna be Hawk in here, but they just mentioned that a bit, but not really explain it because this is not really technical or that deep, like dark level series. It's actually a little bit shallow, but enjoyable. It's very interesting though because again, the sun is killing everybody, and regardless, even if you're inside the building, in a room, tucked in a blanket, you still die once the sun rises. So only option for our guys here is to essentially chase the night. All right, into the night. So it's very interesting because what happens now is they're just chasing the night or just going wherever the night time is there, and that is just extremely difficult, right? That is interesting. So it's quite nice, and I really love how they're doing it so far. All right, acting is pretty good too. There are no hard dramas or any of those dramas that Oscars or anything, but it's still effective. This is again a Belgian original series, and they actually spoke couple of languages. I believe French, Flemish, and English. The English dubbing is the one that I use, and at the beginning it will sound weird, like it has always been, but as you go along and you understand the concept, the plot, it's gonna be better. It gets better. Like Dark, essentially like Dark. You think it's weird in the first. You reject to accept the English dubbing, but as you go along to the story and as you understand the plot and whatever they're talking about, then you will accept the English dubbing, and it's pretty good. It's not that bad. I love the character build up on this series. It's very surprising. They're building up simplest character, so you think that nobody is really nobody, but essentially on the next episode they will show some background, some past of that person to make it really interesting. And I like it about that, it's providing a little bit of twists and flavor to the overall episodes of the show. That's pretty smart. I just can't focus sometimes thinking how uncanny the pilot and Mr. Bean look alike here. He's like Mr. Bean, a little bit short Mr. Bean, and a little bit chubby Mr. Bean, but pretty cool. Cinematography on this is okay, I guess. I can see that this is probably a small budget, like a testing, pace of some Belgian series, Netflix original series, because I can see a little bit of CGI. I can actually notice the CGI of a green screen background, especially when they are showing the plane flying on the top of a city. It's a bit obvious that it's just green screen or just some effect. All right, it's not really flying, but of course that's understandable. Why would they fly, especially for a show like this? But it's pretty cool. It's not gonna take you away on the experience or the immersion that otherwise are really convincing. Their acting, their setup, it's really convincing, especially whenever they land and they go to a certain country or a certain location, and then they will show a lot of dead people. The atmosphere is a little bit chilly, a little bit scary, because you will always think while watching this, what if it happens in a real life, because they're not talking crazy here like zombie or anything. It's just the sun suddenly just kills everyone, in the morning, and you can't help but think, what if it happens? What if the solar flares of the sun just got crazy and just kills us all? It's pretty scary. But yeah, the cinematography and the atmosphere is okay, right? It's convincing. Impact. All right, let me talk about impact, because I've been thinking lately how to rate or how to really look on series and even games, what makes them great. I realize it's the impact to the audience, right? No matter how good their actor is or how expensive the production is, how popular the actor is, like pretty much like in Tagalog or Philippine TV shows here, they just put a lot of popular actors there to think that it's probably convincing or effective. But as long as the impact is not there, it's not felt, it's gonna be meh. All right, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be meh. Now, the impact of this show is pretty good. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm always on the edge of my seat while binging it. I just binge it in one go, and it's very nerve wracking. All right, it's very nerve wracking. Most of the time, I'm like cheering, shouting, "Oh my God!" For my rooted character to be alive. It's still alive, or please be alive. I'm always like that. I'm super engaged, and sometimes I'm also like cursing on the screen on a character that seems to be so stupid. It's pretty engaging, and that's what effective show for me is. If they really made me excited, my excitement is there, and I want to really comment or react. It's like I'm super involved in the show, and that's what I love about this show. It's very impactful. Into the Night gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. Again, a show doesn't really need to be in high production or a lot of pretty and handsome actresses out there to be that impactful. They just really need to be impactful, like a smart way, like a good plot, good acting, good pacing, good surprises. All of those combination will really make an effective show for me. So I love this show. Go ahead and check it out. I'm super excited and pumped to the season 2, to the event. The finale of this show is very interesting and it's kind of surprising. It's like, oh man, you did not see that coming. So yeah, I'm really excited in the season 2 and hopefully season 3, and hopefully they don't mess the story of this like Lost. The season 1 of Lost is really exciting, but they just lost their way along the way. But hopefully this one they can justify the stories on the season 2, because it's really exciting. It's really interesting. The plot, Sun killing everyone, I love it. I love it. That's all for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Click the like button if you like this video. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on Into the Night? Have you watched it? Did you like it as well? Just go ahead and put your comments down below. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed yet. I review a lot of Netflix shows out there. So, if that's the cup of your tea, just go ahead and click subscribe. But for now, Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and see you on my next one. Peace.